Even the Iranians concede that the damage to 3 of their nuclear sites from last week's bombing was excessive and serious. But it's a mystery as to what the Iranian nuclear capability is now. Friday, we spoke with the Director General of the International Atomic Energy Agency, or IAEA, Rafael Mariano Grossi, and we asked him just that.
It's clear that what happened, in particular in Fordow, Natanz, Isfahan, where Iran used to have and still has to some degree capabilities in terms of treatment, conversion, and enrichment of uranium have been destroyed to an important degree. Some is still standing. So there is, of course, an important setback in terms of those capabilities.
There was roughly 400 kilograms, which is just under 900 pounds of highly enriched uranium before the attacks. I know these are in small canisters and relatively easy to move. Do you have any idea where that was moved and if it was moved before the attack?
We presume, and I think it's logical to presume that when they announce that they are going to be taking protective measures, this could be part of it. But as I said, we don't know where this material could be, or if part of it could have been, under the attack during those 12 days. So some could have been destroyed as part of the attack, but some could have been moved. So there has to be, at some point, a clarification. If we don't get that clarification, this will continue to be hanging, over our heads as a potential problem. So this is why I say it's so important, first of all, for Iran to allow our inspectors to continue their indispensable work as soon as possible.
If we don't know where the highly enriched uranium is and cannot account for all the centrifuges, is there still a risk that they could be rushing towards a bomb?
We don't want to be alarmists here, and I don't want to be part of a messaging that would be spreading, as I say, alarm. But we need to be in a position to ascertain, to confirm what is there and where is it and what happened. Iran had a very vast, ambitious program, and part of it may still be there. And if not, there is also the self-evident truth that the knowledge is there.
Yeah.
The industrial capacity is there. Iran is a very sophisticated country in terms of nuclear technology, as is obvious. So you cannot disinvent this. You cannot undo the knowledge that you have or the capacities that you have. It's a huge country, isn't it? So I think this should be the incentive that we all must have to understand that military operations or not, you are not going to solve this in a definitive way militarily.
Up until these strikes, Iran was still disclosing information to the IAEA in certain amounts.
Well, there were deficits. There were some things that they were not clarifying to us, but our inspection work was constant, in particular in this sensitive area of the number of centrifuges and the amount of material. We had perfect view. We didn't have view on other things that we wanted to have, but on this one, it was complete. It was comprehensive, and of course, at the moment, there is nothing.
Well, Iran wasn't keeping its stockpile of enriched uranium secret. What do you think it was intended for, and did you see anything that suggested they were looking to weaponize?
They have all these capabilities, but for the agency, first of all, they didn't have nuclear weapons. Okay? This needs to be said. The IAEA does not judge intentions. The IAEA looks at the activities of a country and reports it to the world. So it is countries that say, well, this is of concern or not. What we were concerning what I was concerned about is that there were other things that were not clear. For example, we had found traces of uranium in some places in Iran, which were not the normal declared facilities. And we were asking for years, why did we find these traces of enriched uranium in place X, Y, or Z? And we were simply not getting credible answers. If there was material, where is this material? So there could be even more. We don't know. This is why we need to go back.
That report that you gave about some of these open questions or unanswered questions, the Iranians are pointing to it now, and the foreign minister seems to be sort of blaming you for the military strikes. He said it wasn't honest and fair, your report. What do you make of those criticisms?
The IAEA, as always, has had a very honest assessment of the situation. And there were many, I can assure you, there were many that were saying in your report, you must say that they have nuclear weapons or they are very close to have nuclear weapons. And we didn't. We simply didn't because this was not what we were seeing.
But you also said you couldn't verify that it was a peaceful program.
Absolutely, because we have to say everything.
People here are looking for clarity, and there's confusion in the United States. CBS is reporting that the Defense Intelligence Agency assesses Iran's program was set back a few months, but once they dig out, they could resume in a number of months. They have to rebuild electrical and water supplies. The CIA and the National Intelligence Directors say the facilities were destroyed, and it would take years to rebuild. Israel says the military program is set back many years. What's the truth here? What do you make of these assessments?
All of that depends on your metrics, Margaret. If you tell me it will take them 2 months or 3 months, for what?
Right.
The capacities they have are there. They can have, in a matter of months, I would say, a few cascades of centrifuges spinning and producing enriched uranium, or less than that. But as I said, frankly speaking, one cannot claim that everything has disappeared and there is nothing there. It is clear that there has been severe damage, but it's not total damage, first of all. And secondly, Iran has the capacities there, industrial and technological capacities. So if they so wish, they will be able to start doing this again.
And you can watch our full interview with Director Grossi on our website and YouTube channel, or listen on our Face the Nation podcast platform.